Hello.
Hello. Welcome to SAS. Just two normal women taking a bath for the first time in a week and doing a live.
Yep.
Yeah. So, how is everybody doing this week? Tonight? Today?
If you're here, let us know in the comments. We'd love to chat. We'll wait a little bit and see who's going to show up tonight to talk about the coronavirus.
I tell you what, Sarah, we talked about it earlier today. We are about corona'd out over at this house, let me tell you.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
My husband is the worst, though. Let me just tell you. When it's weather related, like if we're getting a tornado or there's like a hurricane coming, he'll watch the Weather Channel, I swear to God, for like 3 weeks straight and will not turn the channel.
Yep. My husband does the same thing.
Like,
I know he's read every article that has come out. He's read them all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know every possible symptom, everything. So, yeah, I mean, he's well informed, very well informed.
Well informed. Yeah. I feel you on that, Sarah. I don't know how much more I can take of that. I honestly do not. I cannot. So he goes to the store today, and his new obsession, his new addiction is grocery shopping. Okay. So every other day, he's spending $100 to go get stuff we really don't need, what did he get today? Oh, sinus medication. I'm like, yeah, but you had like a big red flag on you when you walked up to the counter. People were like looking at you like, yeah, sinuses, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, well, we have this whole process. We're only ordering in, we ordered from Aldi and Food Line, and they delivered. They drop it off at your door, leave, and then text you to let you know they've left your stuff. So then one of us, and only one of us, goes and brings it all in and unloads it, throws away the containers that it came in, I mean the bags or whatever that it came in, and then washes up.
Well, we were doing that, Sarah, and then they stopped doing the delivery.
Really?
So yeah, they don't have enough product at this Walmart up the road to get us, what we need. So he's been going. We haven't left the house. Me and the kids. The only time we've left the house is if we ride up, and we've stopped doing that this week after we went to I think it was Arby's, and they weren't wearing gloves or anything. And my husband's like, I don't think it's safe for us to keep continuing to eat out. We're upping the risk. And I'm like, well, there's really no 100% proof of not being exposed. You have to touch the bags that they bring to you. You have to, I mean, you have to get groceries. You have to, I mean, essentials. So
and there's really some ridiculous amount of time that it lives on surfaces, and it like for 3 hours in the air. That means that people could just cough and leave the store. They're not even there anymore, and you
just walk on through it. Like it's
I don't want to. I don't need to know all that. It's okay. No. I'm fine just not to know that. I'm okay. Go about my life, staying inside my house, washing my hands.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, I've lived through some stuff now. I think you have too. We lived through some things that were or death defying, should I say.
Right.
I mean, so if that didn't kill me and the coronavirus does, I'm gonna be really upset about that because
I saw that. I saw a meme that said that if I hadn't been killed by the crazy stuff I've gone through and I get killed by touching my face, I'm gonna be pissed.
I know. I even got pulled over. I don't know if I've even told you this story, Sarah, but I got pulled over by a murderer that was a cop in Monroe. Did I ever tell you about that? You'll have to look up the story. Look up the story, Kim Medlin, when you have a minute. I was actually pulled over by that cop, and I'll tell you the story later. But so I've been like right there in death's face. Like 2 weeks after he pulled me over, she's dead. Like he killed her. He's in jail right now, prison right now for life. So if I can survive that, then if the Rona gets me, I mean, it's just my time to go. So has anybody joined us yet? Anybody?
I don't think so, but that's okay. We'll show
Okay,
it.
we're gonna.
Yep, it'll be
That's
posted
right,
on our
Sarah.
Facebook and YouTube page. If you missed it, you can rewatch it. So that's just fine. We were going to start out by talking about if there were any fears or anxieties, stuff that you were dealing with right now. Sharon, is there anything you can think of that you could share?
Oh, well, I personally have been struggling with food addiction since I can't go out anywhere. And like the things that my husband and I like to enjoy is like going out to eat. We like to go to concerts, sometimes go to movies, and hang out with my friend Sarah. We like, to do that kind of thing.
Right.
We haven't been able to do that. So my go-to is either shopping online or eating. And so the last 2 weeks I have ate until I can't eat a whole lot, but I can eat small portions, and I've been eating way more than I should. And I finally faced my fear today, and I got on that scale, and I had actually lost 3 pounds. Now, I don't know how that is because I have been bloated.
That's awesome.
But that's the thing. Like our brain is such a powerful thing. And I told my husband, I was like, have I really been overeating, or is that all in my head? Or is that just a fear that's just constantly? And so, because 95% of the time that I've spent that we haven't been doing this, or I haven't been taking care of the kids, my mind has been on either eating or worried about gaining weight.
Right.
So I finally
if you're watching, let us know in the comments. Please. I think we've got a few people here. Hey, glad to have you. Please let us know. Post a comment. We'd love to say hello to you. I think the biggest thing for me is not so much a fear and anxiety, but a struggle with making sure my children aren't afraid, or how to know if they are, how to know if they're acting out is related to the fact that they're struggling with some fear and some changes, or whether they're discipline issues I need to deal with. For instance, my kids got in a fight earlier in the week or last week or something because Hope was mad at Emma because she wasn't staying 6 feet away from her. Now, I was trying to determine if she was just being ugly to her sister, or if that was revealing a fear that she has if she's struggling with all that's going on. So being able to have that understanding of what your children are going through when they aren't able necessarily to voice their concerns the way we are is very difficult for me. And so that's been a struggle for me during this time. We sat down and talked about it, though. We had a little talk. I had them all sit down, and I asked them, were they scared? And one of them said yes, and one of them said no. And, we just talked about that we're doing everything we can. I mean, we're making wise choices, and then after that fact, we just have to trust the Lord. And hopefully that helped. I don't know.
Oh, well, mine have actually gotten along today, which I'm beginning to think that the apocalypse is happening, because that never. Okay. So yesterday we had an incident where they're jumping on the trampoline, and this trampoline was gifted to us from a neighbor that moved away, and they jumped on it, and I guess the pole that's underneath it had popped out, and it went through the mat and poked. Like we could have had an artery sever, okay? Because this thing is like that big around, and my son stepped on it, and when it poked through the thing. So thank God that didn't happen. But so I banned them from the trampoline yesterday because of that incident, and then we fixed it. And today they've been on the trampoline literally from like noon until like just maybe an hour, 30 minutes ago. They have actually played together all day. It's
That's
unbelievable.
Great. That's great. I have a question for you, Sharon.
Yeah.
It's no secret you've talked about that you deal with anxiety and depression. So can you give some advice to people who live with somebody with anxiety? Maybe they don't struggle with it themselves. Like me, I don't particularly struggle with that thing. Lots of other things, not that thing. but understanding the thought processes and tips for living with somebody that deals with anxiety. I thought maybe you could give us some helpful tips.
Good question. Good question. Anxiety, let me explain to you how it feels inside, I guess, is probably where I would start. Anxiety for me, and I can I'm not the expert on it, but what I can tell you is what I experience is when I first get up in the morning is when my anxiety is really super high. Have you ever done like a concert, or you've done like a public speech and your stomach feels like butterflies and like sick on your stomach feeling, like impending doom? That's what it feels like very strongly from the first thing in the morning until, and sometimes it could last half the day. Sometimes it's all day. Sometimes it's, an hour. But it's the impending doom, feeling like you're overwhelmed, like you feel like something bad's getting ready to happen. You don't know what it is, and you don't know what causes it, but you just don't feel right.
Right.
And you don't feel good. I think the thing about it is learning how the person that you love is calmed during anxiety. My husband knows that when I get like that, the best thing he can do is shut the hell up. No, I'm just kidding. No, the best thing that he can do is just, calm me down, just let me know, encourage, let me know, soothe me, and let me know that everything's gonna be okay. That he's got me in this time, and that it's not the end of the world, and that we will get through this. So I think just learning how, and sometimes it's just having that conversation, like, what do you need me to do for you when you get like this? Because I don't know how to help you when you're in this place. So help me to help you, kind of like,
because I feel like sometimes that saying everything's going to be okay, I've got your whatever, can sometimes seem a little patronizing. Do you ever feel that way? Like you just don't get it, it doesn't feel like everything's going to be okay. I'm scared, so I just wondering, is that for me, I always feel like I'm, being patronizing when I say those things, like, do you ever feel that way?
I think the main thing is just to know that you're there, because like, I promise you, Norm doesn't know how to fix it.
Right.
He can help, but he doesn't really know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. Doctors don't even know really how to fix it without giving you medication or therapy. It's just something you have to kind of work through. But I think just knowing that somebody's there, like, listen, you just tell me when you're ready. I think the main thing is that you have to give them space and say, when you're ready, I'm here. And whatever you need, you tell me what would help you when you're having one of these manic or bad episodes, know. And I don't think it's patronizing. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mandy, if any of you guys have any thoughts about that, go ahead and post them in the comments so we can talk about them. Love to hear them.
Mandy, is that Mandy, my sister, Mandy?
Your sister, Mandy.
Okay. So I need to get Mindy on here at some point, and we need to talk about some things. Like, Mom. So let's stay on the positive note with this Corona thing, Sarah.
Okay.
Since we talked about some pretty deep stuff. What is one positive that has happened to you this week that, I don't know, doesn't involve the Corona? I mean, what is something that's positive? And
hey, Christy. Oh my God, it's so good to see you.
Christy.
Adams. Used to be Adams.
How are you?
Yeah, something good that happened this week. Let's talk about some good stuff that happened this week.
That's gonna be like,
it's not hard. I mean, I've gotten up every day. I hadn't caught the coronavirus. I mean, there's lots of good things. My husband got some good news this week about a potential job. Looks really, really promising. He's got a great job. So we're really blessed. We're not in a bad situation. But he travels for work, and it would be my desire for him to be able to stay home. And he got some good news from the company that's been talking to him for a while now.
That's
looks
good.
like they looks really good. I'm not going to speak it. That's not happened yet, but
What is it? Speak
hey,
alive. Speak
hey, Joe
alive,
Beth
Sarah.
and Amanda. We have Joe Beth and Amanda here.
Hello.
Joe Beth says my AC got fixed after 2 weeks. Yay! That's got to be awesome.
So that is awesome. Like, I'm actually sweating right now. I think I'm actually going through the midlife crisis during the Rona. Okay, so I'm having like night sweats, meat sweats, all of it. But
Wow.
my positive, Sarah, would be that I actually took a bath today. Okay,
Yay!
that's a positive. Let's see. Backstreet Boys had like a live. I saw that. Okay, so I was kind of living my 90s in there. Let's see the positive. Oh yeah, I said yesterday my kids got along today for the first time in like a decade. My dog actually got sick and he got better, so that's positive.
Awesome.
All unrelated to the coronavirus. Yes, positivity.
Carrie Adams is here. Hey, thanks for being here.
Carrie.
She said her divorce papers should get filed this week or first of next week, so that's a huge positive for her. Congratulations. And Grayson.
Carrie, is it Grayson? Hold on.
Grayson's here too. Grayson got a brand new fridge for all his Corona snacks. Woo!
Let me tell you, Carrie, talking about divorce, okay, let me just say, when I got those divorce papers in the mail from my first husband, it was the best damn day of my life. Because let me tell you, my ex-husband was in prison, okay, in the state of North Carolina. I think you're from North Carolina, right? In the state of North Carolina, you have to wait that whole year for a separation, right? Because they still want you to get back with your husband regardless, because we're in the Bible Belt. So I had to wait a whole year for this divorce to go through. Well, in the meantime, people were sending anthrax in envelopes, and he's getting shipped to all kinds of different prisons, right? So every time he would get a letter for my divorce, he had already been shipped to the next place, and then they had to check it for anthrax. It took me almost 3 years to get divorced. 3.
Wow.
And they would not. So I understand completely that is a celebration.
Hey, check this one out. Jennifer Day McCoy said she cut her own bangs and they turned out perfect.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's a scary one.
Whoa. Maybe we should do a quarantine beauty hack, Sarah, with us cutting our bangs.
No, let's not.
I'm not doing it.
That's crazy. So, guys, what are you planning on doing? What's the one thing that you can't wait to do when this is all over with? Anybody? Carrie said, I know you can't see these comments, Sharon, but she said,
I know.
Yes, North Carolina, that damn year has been brutal. So to be done is fabulous. I can finally be out of limbo and close that chapter. Corona may slow the process, but soon to be done. Yes, I remember feeling the same way. I actually had a bonfire and burned my wedding dress to celebrate. It was great.
Sarah, why have you not told me this before?
Beth cut Josiah's hair, and it turned out okay. And she wants to go out to eat. Luann, hey Luann, dropped her kids off at school. How many of y'all would like to drop your kids off at school instead of homeschooling? That's great.
I've actually thought about shipping them to Wuhan at this point, but talking about that.
Right. Amanda wants to go out to eat. I think I'd really like to go out to eat too. Joe Beth said travel. Yes, beach trip is just waiting to happen.
Girls trip. We need a girls trip.
Girls trip. Carrie said she can't wait to go camping.
Yeah, camping, anything away from these 4 walls, anything.
Right.
You know, might like to visit a tiger show, maybe visit Joe in prison. I don't know. But
oh my gosh.
Seen the show?
No. No, can't do it. I can't do it.
I thought I couldn't do it. Let me just tell you, if you thought your life was bad, you watch that, and all of a sudden you're normal. So it actually made me feel better about myself.
Who else watched it and who all won't watch it?
I think Carol totally did it. Just saying. Mindy does not agree.
Jennifer said she's about to stay in the camper parked in the backyard. Hey, if I had a camper in my backyard, I would totally be there. Carrie said to the dang bar. She's thinking right. Absolutely.
No kidding. I tell you, it has been. I'm a rebel soul. Okay, I don't like somebody telling me what I can and can't do. It's always been like that, and that's probably why I made some of the decisions I've made, because I cannot stand somebody to say nope. So the telling me I can't do something right now is it's sending me over the top. Like right. I just want to get a marching band together and like march down Cherry Road right now. I am so ready to get out of this house. I just want to do something illegal. No, but I want to do something that. Anything's illegal at this point. I'm just, it is, that part I think is the worst. It's like, don't tell me I can't do something, because then I really want to do it even that much more. So, and my cousin is a police officer on the force in Rock Hill. So he would know. He'd be like, Sharon, come on now. Now you're making me work.
Right. Mindy said, no, she didn't.
Say that?
Huh?
What did she say? I wasn't supposed to say that?
No, she said, no, she didn't.
Mindy knows me. Anybody knows I don't like to be told what to do. Nothing grinds my gears worse than somebody telling me not to do something.
A couple people have talked about parents, seeing parents. Mindy said, hang out with mom and dad. Jennifer said, can't wait to hug her dad. He turns 87 next week.
Of course, Mindy said that. Of course she did. I want to hang out with mom and dad.
Oh,
is mom on here? Is mom on here?
No. Oh. No, but that's a for real thing. It is a for real thing. My mom passed away a year ago, and she just celebrated she would have celebrated her 70th birthday the other day. And we generally get together with my dad. This would be the second birthday we've missed. We had made a plan to every year get together and go to Dairy Queen and get ice cream in honor of my mama, because she loved her sweet stuff. And I really missed being able to do that, being able to spend that time. I made brownies here at the house, and we had brownies and ice cream. Just my mama, if you knew my mama, she loved sweets, and she'd eat a whole pan of brownies for dinner. And when I'd ask her over for dinner, she'd say, no, I've already eaten. And she stayed tiny. But yeah, missing her, and coronavirus being over won't change that.
Yeah. I know. It's one of those things that I'll be honest with you, Sarah. I have not really had. I mean, I have had death in our family. We just lost a cousin this year, but I struggle with death. It's one of those things that it gives me anxiety, like we were talking about earlier. I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to deal with it. It makes me very, and my parents are getting older. So I don't like to think about it. Like, I don't even,
right.
I don't know. There's just something in my brain that just goes on a pause, and I just can't think of them. I can't imagine me being 45, let alone what age they are. And the thought of that just, so I don't even know how you feel having dealt with that. And that scares me, because I know
I wonder how many people are afraid for their older parents right now too in this situation. I think that it's a scary time, and just being afraid that they would be exposed, because it's much more serious for somebody older, and just being concerned for their safety. And my dad isn't particularly staying in. And, it does concern me. He's in great health, but he's, he is older. And so there's that concern.
I hate to even say it, sir, but I'm actually more concerned that my dad is going to have a heart attack from doing more yard work than ever before because they have nothing else to do in the
Right.
Because that's my mom's outlet. She loves doing yard work.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some health issues in the past, and he's struggled with heart issues and things like that. So I just hope they don't end up killing each other staying in the house. That's what I'm concerned about. I mean, they've been married for almost 50 years.
Right.
I mean, but they've never been literally quarantined in the same four walls. They've actually been go places. So that's a concern. But I do want to go see them. That is probably going to be the first thing I do, Mindy, is go see mom and dad. But then I want to have a girls trip. I need girls time where we can talk and laugh and just talk about how a hot mess this whole thing has been.
Yeah.
And I've tried to reach out to a couple of nurses too that I'm friends with to see if they would come on here and talk, because I think that's another thing is that we're getting all kinds of mixed messages about this whole thing. Like we should or shouldn't do this. It's just a, what is it? I've heard all kinds of rumors. Oh, it's not reality. It's against, they're trying to cause a, scare tactics this. But then at the same time, I'm hearing from nurses that are on the front line and they're saying, no, it is real. It is scary. And do it whatever you got to do to stay protected and keep your family safe. So I would love to hear from some of our nurse friends and just kind of get, a perspective so we can, create some awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the real heroes here in all of this.
Yep.
And I just want, get their perspective. But let's talk about something fun so we don't drag everybody down on this. But if you guys had one celebrity that you could be quarantined with, and I'm sure Jason Momoa is going to be, somebody's pick, but one celebrity that if you had to be stuck in the house, I'm not talking on an island, we're talking in a 4 walls stuck, who would it be?
Oh, Brene Brown.
Brene Brown?
Absolutely. I would love to have hours to pick her brain, and that would be my choice. And just she's so wise and has learned so much from all her study. I'd love to be able to learn from her.
Mine would be Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, she would be fun.
I love Melissa McCarthy. That woman can make me laugh on my worst day. Like everything.
Lots of fun.
I love her. And I would love to find out how she got, I know she's, related to Jenny McCarthy, but I'd love to know how she got into the comedy thing. So I'd love to pick her brain on that. But I love her. I could go on a marathon right now and watch every movie that she's ever done, ever. Let's see. Now, man crush. Who would that be? I don't know. I'm feeling some Jason Bateman right now. After watching Ozark, I like some Jason Bateman.
Well, Mandy said Miller Wentworth. I don't even know who that is. I have to look him up.
I'm going to look him up too. Miller Wentworth. What? Oh, was he the one that was on? What was the name of that? It was the It was the guy on that jail show. What was the name of that? Break. I know what it is, but I can't think of it.
Prison Break?
Yes, Prison Break. I know exactly.
Okay. Amanda said Britney Spears, and Allison said Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. So we got some.
Carrie Underwood. Oh.
Like I said in the last video, we're going to end up divorced when this is all over with.
I think Carrie Underwood would be fun to hang out with too.
She would.
Yeah. That's
all right. That's all right. I got Brantley Gilbert, honey. Brantley Gilbert. And I've been in the picture with him.
Amanda's laughing at you, Storm.
What he doesn't know is that I think she's hot too, but I'm just not going to admit it.
Who's that? I didn't hear it.
Britney Spears. I would love to learn her dance moves. I tell you what, that woman can move. I don't care. Shave Britney or not. That girl she is like my spirit animal. Like I just want to shave all it off too. Like that girl's been
Mindy
through
said
some stuff.
Justin Timberlake.
I'm not gonna say what I want to say on that one. Okay, who is your guilty pleasure? I hate to even admit it.
I don't have one.
None? Eminem. Marshall Mathers. I know. It's a guilty pleasure. I could listen to Eminem. I'll be 90 years old in the retirement home cranking up some Slim Shady. I don't care. I will. Oxygen tank, cigarette in my hand, listening to some Slim.
Oh wow, girl. Mindy said her husband. I'm with you, Mindy. I would say my husband too.
Oh, was it Mindy Miller? You are so
no, I'm totally with you, Mindy. Stop. I don't know. I never was one of those to put pictures of like had the posters of New Kids on the Block or did the crushes on the boy bands and all that kind of thing. It's just too unrealistic for me. I'd rather have somebody, like my husband.
Let me ask, is anybody wanting to get on with us to have a chat right now? Would anybody be brave enough to get on here and have a three-way?
Oh.
A three-way.
Not sound good.
Monica is here.
Here and talk?
Hey, Monica.
Oh,
Amanda said Jonathan Taylor Thomas was in her room.
Anybody brave enough? Mindy? Come on your bluff. You brave enough to get on here?
Oh, everybody's voting Mindy. Or Amanda is, maybe.
All right, Mindy. Do you know how to do it?
Did you send her the link?
We'll send you a link, and you click on that link, and then you'll be on the Sharon and Sarah, or the Sarah and Sharon show.
All right,
welcome to SAS.
I'm going to send it to her. Give me a second.
I'm going to laugh if she's got her hair done because I know she doesn't. I know that she was planning this whole time doing this. So Minnie's tried to throw me under the bus twice already tonight. First it was mom and dad. Then it was, I want to be with my husband. I tell you what.
All right, I sent it to you, Mandy. Amanda said to call her. She's not saying anything, so I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
So what are you guys doing tomorrow? What's the big plans tomorrow?
Same as yesterday and the day before. Gotta love it.
Okay.
Hey, does anybody have?
Go ahead, Ann.
I was gonna say, does anybody have family or close friends that are on the front lines of this? Dealing with it every day, not just sitting at home like we are. Amanda says her husband too. I love it.
I have
Amanda.
a lot of butt kissing to do
when
I get on the video tonight. A lot of butt kissing. All of you guys are making me look like a bad wife.
No.
Oh yeah. You're like, I love my husband and I want to spend every waking moment with him.
Oh.
And I'm like, Carol, get me the tiger, okay? Get me the tiger.
Monica has family or close friends in the front lines. Monica, how is that? Is it scary for you? Have you heard anything that would be good information for us? Her good friend's an ER nurse.
Mm.
I also have a good friend that she works in the burn unit at the hospital, but she has had to quarantine for 14 days. And I know that she had the test done. And after 5 days, she was supposed to get results back in 6 days. And after 5 days, they told her it would be another 7 to 9 days before she got them. So she's actually feeling better now. And to my knowledge, she hasn't even gotten her results back. So I don't know. One of our other friends said that their child had a test today and they were going to get results tomorrow. So maybe they're speeding that up.
It's scary. I mean, like I am getting more nervous about it because they keep saying that the number is going to be like at 200,000 or something, and we're at like 4,000 now. And I'm like, how do you get to 200,000? What they're talking about, I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't like to think about death, so I'm trying not to watch all of that mess on the news. But
yeah, Monica says that she's encouraging people to stay home. And I think that's probably the best thing that we can do. I'm going to go away for just a second to try to send the link to Mindy because she said the last one didn't work. Okay.
All right. So Norm just started a watch party. So we're going to be famous, Sarah. No, I'm just kidding. He just started a watch party. So there's going to be more people coming in. So
everything else
with Mindy, well,
there's a lot of men coming on.
Oh, there's a lot of men coming on. So I'm sure maybe we need a men's perspective on this whole thing. Like, how is it living with us?
Does Mindy have more than one Facebook page?
Mindy have more? No, I don't think so.
Okay, let me try this again and see if it works.
Who is?
Louis and man.
Oh, well, so maybe we should ask the men how it's like living with us during these times.
Yeah.
Norm?
I can only imagine.
Norm, how is it living with me during these times?
It's somewhat normal.
Somewhat normal, he says. Somewhat normal. Oh, Carol. So last night, guys, okay, so I think I've told you guys before in another video, Norm has what we call sleeping Tourette's, okay? It's where he'll wake up in the middle of the night and like a stream of curse words will come out of his mouth, completely irrelevant to anything going on, okay? And I don't even like going over to my mom and dad's because he will have one of these episodes while we're over there. Now, my parents are very Christian. They don't cuss, they don't drink, they don't do any of that kind of stuff. So I literally am paranoid the entire time he's sleeping over there that he's going to have one of these episodes. So last night I finally get to sleep at 4:00 in the morning. Finally. And the next thing I know, I hear is, and I'm like, what is going on? The next thing I hear is, kids, I know you like my salad, but you can't have any of my creamy French dressing. It's not for you. And he has a 5-minute long conversation about creamy French dressing on the couch. And I'm thinking to myself, if you make it through this quarantine without smothering him with a pillow, I mean, and then he starts stomping around the house. He walks through the kitchen, stomps back around, then goes, lays on the couch, and like nothing ever happened. And then this morning he's like, did you sleep good last night, Sharon? No, I didn't sleep good last night. No, I didn't. I'm married
my husband sleeps very little at night. So I sleep like a rock, though.
He can fall asleep like that. Like, we could be sitting there having a conversation, and the next thing I know, he's like done. He's snoring.
Thanks for joining us, Monica.
Thank you. Did Minnie get that? Is she there yet, or?
She tried, and it wouldn't let her because she has to allow her mic and camera. Just go in the settings and allow it to use her mic and camera. And I don't know exactly how to tell her to do that. I know how to do it on mine, but I'm not sure how to do it on hers. So I haven't seen her for a minute, so maybe she's trying to figure it out.
Well, we'll wait and see if we can have her figure it out. So who else here? Talk to us. Please, for the love of God, tell us what you've been up to. Tell us what all the fun things you've been doing with your husbands and your kids and your...
I've seen some really fun stuff show up on Facebook. Of course, I'm a homeschool mom anyway, so I'm a part of all these homeschool websites or Facebook groups. And so they're popping up all these fun ideas of stuff to do with your kids. And I haven't done any of them, but so is anybody doing something really fun, exciting with your kids? We're just surviving each other right now.
Are we doing anything fun with our kids right now?
Yeah.
I made cinnamon buns the other day.
There you go.
And they ate them. I mean, after we get done with school, I'm just like, guys, you need to go in there and let mommy have a couple of hours, and then a couple of hours turns into like 8 hours, and I'm like, that time. No, it's hard. I mean, I'm not a very patient person, and I'm not good with school stuff. I'm just not. I'm not good with any of that, and I'd be lying if I said that this is something I've always looked forward to, is spending like a whole day with my children all at once, and I don't want to like make light of it, because I know there's people out there that don't have what I have, and so I don't want to make light of it. But at the same time, I want to be able to say that, because there's a lot of shame for moms.
Yeah,
that we're not supposed to feel that way, and I'm just not one of those moms that really gets into the Pinterest stuff. I'm not one of the moms that crafty stuff. Mommy mom, mother mom. I'm a mommy mom. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know.
Mindy did an Easter egg hunt today at 2:00. That's awesome. No, I think that's great, Mindy.
She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Oh, she is such a one-upper. Oh,
it's making me laugh. I love it.
Oh, she knows.
For those of you who don't know, which you probably all do, but Mindy is Sharon's sister.
I'm totally going to boil some eggs tomorrow, and then we're going to eat them. Then we're going to eat them after we bury them. And then I'm going to hand paint on them, like, intricate, like, pictures.
Travis is on there.
Tell you what.
Mindy said her poor nieces and nephews.
I tell you what.
I love you, Mindy.
Why I ended up so messed up in my life. You wondered. That right there, one-upper. She is always so...
You're right, Amanda. There's an egg shortage.
An egg shortage.
Yep. She's not kidding. Costco had 0 eggs when I went. And when my husband went, all he could get were brown ones, which is fine, but
I think I'm going to have to schedule an intervention for my husband, though. He has been spending way too much time in the grocery store and getting groceries that we don't need. It's just like, we have never had this many in our life. And it is like stuffed, packed and stacked.
Us too. We're stocked for at least 30 days.
I know. But you can't find any meat. We can't make tacos because we can't find meat. But
really,
no. But if I want to eat some cereal at 4 a.m, I got cereal.
There you go.
No meat. I mean, we did. I take that back. We did get some. What was it? Chicken deli chicken or whatever. So we made sandwiches and stuff like that. So people aren't hoarding that for some reason, but they are hoarding the ground beef. Can't find ground beef anywhere.
Wow.
Toilet paper seems to be back in. I guess people are tired of, or they had enough toilet paper that they don't need it anymore, or they're just not wiping their butts.
So Sharon, let's talk about the crazy stuff people are doing. They're just going crazy sitting in their houses. We saw some ridiculous stuff online today, like you were telling me about pit bull chase or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Mindy says she has 6 pounds of ground beef she can leave you in the mailbox.
Well, just leave it at the end of the driveway, Mandy. I'll come and pick it up since Jay thinks we've got the Rona.
So tell us about
people are losing their minds. People are losing their minds. Listen, I was telling Sarah today, there was a story about a pit bull that was behind the wheel, and some guy had him like being chased by the cops. Okay, a pit bull now, and the owner was maneuvering the pedals and having him like being chased by the cops. A pit bull, guys. I can't even make this up.
No, I seriously read the story. I read the story on CNN, and a guy was teaching his dog how to drive. He hit 2 people's vehicles and didn't stop. They got up to 109 miles an hour before they got this guy stopped. And his excuse was he was teaching his dog to drive, and the dog was in the driver's seat. Crazy.
Can you imagine me putting Cash or Daisy behind the wheel and like I'm sitting? Oh, I can't even. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, are we really that? I don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, people are nuts.
Tell them to check out your hacks.
Oh. So guys, we've started this new little thing that me and Sarah are doing, and we need some ideas from you guys. So we're trying to do what we call beauty hacks. I don't know if you guys check that out or not, but we're doing little beauty hacks and how to look beautiful while you're sitting on your living room floor or couch or toilet, and how we can make you feel beautiful, and tips that we can give you that can help you during this time. And so check those out. But if you guys have any good ideas, the next one I think we're going to release is called the Jason Momoa Challenge, where we did our hair. You'll have to check out the Jason Momoa Challenge. I know I won't have to twist most of your arms to watch that, but that little challenge there. But, any ideas that you guys have that like we're thinking about doing like the charcoal mask, maybe doing some other fun things, but would love your input, what you think would be funny. We need to laugh during this time. I cannot be serious about this all the time. I'm going to lose my mind, literally, which we're not far from it at this point. But I need something funny. Guys, if you got skit ideas, something that Mindy can help me with that. I love it.
Mindy said a foot peel.
It's really hard to do when you live far away and you can't really see each other. So it's hard to put those things together. But if you guys can give us some ideas, we can start working on some things and get some stuff out to you that'll be funny and fun.
I actually read a post from a psychiatrist giving tips on how to handle all this coronavirus. And one of the things she said was, shower every day and dress for the social life you hope you get or wish you could have, and fix your hair, and it'll make you feel better.
Lady, I'm doing okay to just breathe at this point. This is.
Oh.
We need some ideas because we want to connect with you guys, and we don't want to always talk about serious, scary, sad things. We want some fun stuff too, and we want to get that out there, and we don't want to keep it within our walls here. I mean, obviously my friends are here, my family's here, Sarah's friends and family, but we want this to expand because one of the things that was really on my mind today, when I was sitting there doing my hair and getting ready to go in front of the camera, and I just got to thinking, I've made it out of abuse, and I've made it onto the other side of abuse, and I'm doing a lot better than I was 6 years ago. But I got to thinking while I'm doing my hair, like, just what about the women right now that's husbands are home all day long, and they're having to deal with this 24 hours a day with no escape, or the kids that school was their escape, and now they're having to stay, and it saddens me So we want to connect with more people than just our inner circle here, because I know there's a lot of women out there that are dealing with things that I was dealing with. If I had been stuck with my ex-husband in this quarantine 6 years or, 15, 20 years ago, one of us would have died. I mean, it would have been very, very bad. So I want you guys to reach out to your friends and family. You never know who's going through something like that maybe they don't even feel comfortable telling you about. Because it's a shameful thing, but we want to be there for those kinds of situations. I mean, I'm not the expert on it, but I do want to reach out and let them know that they're not alone. Even if they have to wait till after this is over with to move out or do what they need to do, at least I can help them kind of calm them during this time, because it is scary. But
I think that what we want as a part of this group was to create a sisterhood, and a group of friends. If you read the first blog that I posted on the page, you'll see what I'm talking about. Just developing community, having those groups of people that you can share your heart with and be real with. And we want you to know, to message us if you just need to talk. If you're feeling lonely and you need somebody to talk to, if you're struggling with something, maybe it's addictions, or maybe it's abuse, or maybe it's homeschooling with your kids, maybe it's, it could be, your house is a mess and you feel overwhelmed by it. If you struggle with depression, anxiety, any of that stuff, guys, there's nothing too trivial. There's nothing too small. There's nothing too big that we don't want to be here. We don't have all the answers. That's not what we're saying. But what we're saying is that we want to be here just to be there for you, just to say, hey, I can listen. I can be a listening ear, wherever you're at. Know that we are here. Message us, and we'll be glad to spend some time talking and share our own experiences in detail and how we've made it through.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, we don't want to keep it serious all the time. I mean, we know that's some heavy stuff right there, but at the same time, I just wanted to mention that because I know that, it's not always fun and games, and there's some women out there that may need to hear that they're not alone right now in this time, and they're kind of, like I said, it's you're stuck. I'm stuck with a Norm. Okay, he can annoy the hell out of me, but he's not abusing me. So I make fuss about it and rant and rave sometimes, but I'm safe and I'm loved, and that's that. But there's women out there that are not. And so, we didn't go, well, I know I didn't go through all that I went through to not be able to use what I've been through to help others. So that's kind of what I wanted to say there. But we want this to be fun, guys. Like I said, if you guys can think of skits, anything fun that we can put out there, if you guys want to be part of that, let me know. I'll be able to put you to good use. We will come up with some ideas, some funny skits and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, share.
And here's another thing too. We really need you guys to support us, and we need you to like, we need you to share, and we need you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we need to get the word out that we're here. All that, I do appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate all of you. We need this to extend, to other people as well. So we do, we want you guys to do that for us if you can. And anyway, we do appreciate you guys being here. We love you.
Absolutely.
And like I said, let us know if there's any topics. I mean, I don't think any topics off limits. Sarah may think some topics are, well, except for
what in the world?
We don't want to go there, but I'm pretty much open to talk about anything. I don't know if I don't know if Sarah feels the same way on that or not.
I
but
do.
I'm pretty
Absolutely.
open to that.
10 people watching.
So if you want to send us a question or a topic anonymously, we can actually make a video and then post it. It doesn't always have to be live. We can do a video and then, do that as well. Or give us suggestions of what you think would be fun for us to do. Like, how can we get more people to get involved and make this more of a community, and that kind of thing. Because that's what it's more, to me, it's kind of like an outreach. Sarah, don't you agree? It's kind of like what we both had wanted to do was kind of an outreach where we can both use our talents. Like, Sarah's talent is teaching. She loves to teach, and she's good at explaining things, and she has the patience of Job. Trust me. Me, I want to be able to utilize my sense of humor. I want to be able to just be crazy. But at the same time, I also have a sensitive, serious side too. But I want to be able to use all of that for, I mean, I know, like I've said before, I struggle with God, but I want to be able to use all of that for good, for whatever it is that my purpose should be. So if you guys can help us with that, that would be great. That would be really great. Because right now, I'll be honest, I'm struggling with what my purpose is. Like, I'm 45 years old. What am I supposed to be doing, Sarah? I mean, a mom. I mean, I know it's a.
Hey, if you could do anything you wanted to, your education didn't matter, how much money you had didn't matter. If you could do anything you wanted to, what would it be? Type it in the comments. I would love to get my master's degree in psychology and become a mental health counselor. It's on my list of things to do. What about you, Sharon? If you could do anything you wanted to, education or money didn't matter.
If I could be a comedian, I love to make people laugh.
There you go. That's awesome.
Love it. I love it.
All right, come on. Somebody else tell me.
I'm not good at standing up in front of people doing it. I'm more like, I'm better at like coming up with like off the cuff stuff. Like if I get going and I'm in my zone, I can pop off funny stuff. But I have to be in that zone, and I just don't know when I'm going to be in that zone. So that's my problem.
Amanda said detective or surgeon, probably more detective. I think that'd be fun too.
I can totally see her doing that.
Do you like all the cop shows like Chicago PD and Law and Order and NCIS and all that? Mandy Miller says OBGYN nurse. I think that could be fun too.
Or
crime scene. She said or crime scene. Yeah, I love those shows too, Amanda. They're great.
Yeah, I can totally see her doing that. The next thing I would like to do is work at like a Mexican restaurant so I could like eat all their food all the time.
The great margaritas. I'd love the great margaritas.
They'd be like, we don't have any more chips.
Oh yeah, I think that would be great.
That would be amazing. Or a buffet. I could. Well, maybe not.
I would love to own a restaurant. I used to wait tables and bartend, and it was great fun actually. So I'd love to own a restaurant.
Bartending might be fun. That might be fun, but then you got to deal with idiots like after like 1 o'clock, you know. But
yes, you do. It's not fun. The ones who promise you they're okay, but they can't get off their seat without falling.
Wow, that used to be my dating pool, Sarah. I'd be like 1 o'clock. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Times have changed. It's
Yep. I've been there too.
Now I'd rather be at Denny's at 1 o'clock eating. I don't eat a lot of food, but.
Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun. We've had some fun tonight. We've had some, sobering moments as well. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We would really encourage you to like and share, follow our Facebook page, subscribe to YouTube, all that stuff. It will really help us out. And tell your friends. Tell your friends about our group. And look forward to, there's 2 things we want to remind you about. Our quarantine beauty hacks. Don't forget to watch those. We're going to put out 1 or 2 a week. And also our Story Sunday, Share a Story Sunday. Sharon, you want to share with them a little bit about that?
Yeah, Share a Story Sunday. Mindy, I know you've got a story, and I know you want Mom to know all about it. So I'm expecting your story next. But no, I seriously, it doesn't have to be a story about all of your mistakes. I felt compelled, as Mindy and Sarah have both pointed out, that my Facebook habits are a little bit more what transparent is the word I choose to use. It's transparent. I do tell my business because I feel it. First of all, it's therapeutic to me to get it out there. I need to get it out there because I spent 20 years not telling it. And I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, I am who I am. I'm crazy. That's who I am. Doesn't have to be my story. You don't have to tell like your deepest, darkest secrets. It's not anything like that. But if you want to tell something that you feel ashamed about or something that you've hidden from somebody, if you want to be anonymous when you tell, give us some good stuff, girls. We need some good material. No, I'm just kidding. But if it is good material, the better, then I won't feel so alone because I put my stuff all out, my biz all out there. It's all out there right now. But just, we need more participation, just because we work really hard on this. We want more participation from you guys. We want you guys to be involved. And so somebody send me a story, please. Don't make me beg. Send us a story.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
guys.
It's been so much fun. We'll talk to you again next week.
And we'll figure out how to get you guys on here with us, because that would make a big difference if we could talk to you guys on here too. So we'll work on the kinks on that and try to get that figured out.
Then he said to fix your picture, Sharon.
Damn it. Always. All right.
All right, guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you.